Welcome back, my pretty subscribers. So, I recently bought two cars this week, or two trucks, I should say, and they are the Expedition and the F1 Shady. Both the Fords came from the auction. The F-150 is a 2002. The Expedition is a 2001. They both had the 5.4, and they're both full-size trucks, pretty much. So I bought my Expedition that I've been using as a daily for a while. It's also my camper rig too. I bought both of them here so that I could do a little comparison video between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Expedition. This one, however, has a 4.6, the reliable of the two, and it is a little slower. I do feel more power out of this compared to that, but it's more reliable. Now, I am not a big fan of the body design of this. It's too roundish and too bubbly for me. Not a big fan. This looks like a more traditional car. On the inside, it looks a lot more better interior wise than the interior on this one, and you'll see in a minute why I don't like the interior on this one either. As you can see, this was a 5.4, but both the 4.6 and the 5.4 look pretty similar to each other. And we go over here to the window. It does say 208 miles, or that's miles, and still driving like a new car. Height-wise, stock to stock, they're both pretty much the same. Let's take a look down here. And looking at the bottom, it looked like the Expedition sits much lower. The frame sits much lower compared to the Gen 1. Now here's something I like about the Gen 1 Expedition over the Gen 2. Yes, they both have frames, but this one has a actual solid axle. Gen 1 does not. It has independent rear suspension. Now going inside, this door panel look a lot better than the Gen 1 Expedition, which you will see. Look at the interior, it's more modern, it's more square-ish. I do have a big console right here with storage. Okay, going into the Gen 1 Expedition. This panel I don't like. The design layout is out of whack. It looks like a UFO. So the dash layout is similar to the F-150 over there. So no real difference. Other than you get a bench seat here in the middle, but this one have a console. And you also get 4 cup holders. The 4 cup holders here, unlike the Gen 2 Expedition, you only get 2 in the front. You got a nice storage cubby here, which Gen 2 does not have. Down here you get 2 cigarette lighter. Gen 2 only has 1 instead. Up here on the Gen 2 Expedition, you do have climate control up here. You get digital readout for the compass, and also the sunglasses here and the light. So pretty much the same thing as the Gen 2. So going back to the cup holders, I just realized that the door panel does not have cup holders down here. So the Gen 2 actually has a cup holder, a secondary cup holder, and that is on the door panel. So there is a total of 4 cup holders in the front for Gen 2. Okay, going to the back seat. You do have rear climate control right there and audio control right there, as well as cup holders back here. Now, what I like about Gen 2 Expedition is, or Gen 2 and Gen 1 Expedition, I should say, is you can fold down the seat and it's completely flat. Now, the caveat for the Gen 1 is you do have to take out the third row seat completely out to make it a flat area. Otherwise, it's just sit up here and just taking up all the space. But if you take it out, you get a complete flat area. And this cover keeps it covered, so you get a complete flat area. Gen 2 does the same thing, but a little different. Right now I have a piece of cardboard here because Gen 2 does not have a flap, as you saw in Gen 1, to fold to make it flat, because there is an opening right here. There's no cover. So this board is how I make it completely flat, and there's no opening down here. Now, as you can see, it is completely flat, and the dual row seat, well, you can't see it right now, but the dual row seat, it folds completely inside to the floor, and it's making a complete flat area in the back. For the climate control, you do have right here on the console, and the audio control right there also. And then there's the climate control up there for the rear. And you also get cup holders right here on the door panel. So there is 2 ways you can open the back. You can open just the glass, twist this, and the glass open up. Or twist the other way. And the whole hatch come up. So looking at this, it looks like you have a lot more space in the back of the Gen 1 Expedition. However, if you plan on sleeping here, you do get a little bit of lost room right here because of this wheel well. But overall, you do get much more cargo space if you take out the dual row seat. You also get a cup holder right there and right there, and a storage cubby right there. As you can see, someone there already took out the back seat. Going to the Gen 2 Expedition, there's a button right here that you press, and then it opens up. I prefer this button because it's more intuitive, and then you also get a handle to open it up. And again, I like the handle instead because it's more intuitive, more easier to grab and open. So underneath all this tire wheels, you do have a dual row seat. It's completely folded, it's completely flat, and that is why I love the Gen 2 Expedition. Is you don't need to take out the second dual row seat. You just lay flat, and instead when you need it, you can fold back up. So you do got cup holders right there, and right there also a little storage cubby right there. And as you can see, not a lot of space side to side compared to the Gen 1 Expedition. But me and my friend, we sleeping here perfectly fine with a foam mattress or blow-up mattress. Both the Expedition, they are XLT trim level. For some reason, I'm not sure if the fog light fog light was a package or not, but this one does not have a fog light, whereas this one does. This one also have an automatic light. I believe this one also have an automatic light as well, so you can just turn off the car with the headlight on and it's just turn off by itself. So that was a short comparison between the two Gen 1 and Gen 2 expeditions. So there are some things I like on the Gen 1. One is the space in the back, and two is the solid axle in the back. However, I'm not a big fan of the look of the Gen 1 and the interior also. The Gen 2 I like the most. It looks a lot better, it's more squarish, and the interior looks a little bit more modern compared to this one. The only biggest downsides I hate on this one is, well, two actually, is the rear axle is independent and the frame sits slightly lower than the Gen 1 Expedition. If I had to pick one or the other and I only have $3,000 to spend, I'm definitely picking this over the Gen 1. That's my thought and opinion on both the Expedition after having both of them now. I don't plan to keep this one for too long. This is going to be such a flip, so I might only have it for like a month. So yeah, I don't plan to keep it too long, but I may already have a buyer for this Expedition already. So I will be doing a small video on the F-150 as that's a four-wheel drive four-door. But for now, till then, see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, share, comment. So yeah.